The perception wasn't, oh, well, it's just those MLSP guys. You know, they're the only ones that are doing this. No, we've got Doug Fireball on here. We got Lisa Grossman on here, Diane Hoffman on here, John and Nadia Melton, Rachel Jackson, Jonathan Budd, Mark Holverson. All of these leaders are outside of the MLSP community who have either been doing this for years, or at least understand how to use the internet to grow a network marketing business. And so the real purpose here is just to get this information out there. Because unfortunately, and I've said this before, you guys have heard me say this, is we cannot have network marketers out there spamming social media. It does a disservice to the industry. It creates a bad feeling and a bad feeling with the industry. It makes people look down at the industry. And if you're going to use social media, you got to do it properly. You got to do it correctly. You can't be spamming your friends and family, because all it does is it makes you look bad and it makes the industry look bad. And I think primarily that's the reason we did this. And I think we succeeded because we got a lot of great exposure. But the cool thing with this is we can do this again, and I think maybe we should next year as well. And just try to expand that exposure. Because we had 20,000 people register or something like that. We had lots of people view this and get exposed to this. But that's still just a tiny fraction of the size of this industry. This industry is millions and millions of people all around the world. So we've made it still, after 10 years, we've only made a tiny little chink in the armor here. We've got a lot more work to do, and we need you guys as affiliates and members to help us spread the message and spread the word.
Yeah. And when we were talking about putting this on together, it was really, real quickly, just so you know, me and Nord are marketers first. We built this system really because there wasn't anything like it out of necessity. In fact, I spent 3 years going into debt, not doing what the company told me to do, and trying to posting bandit signs, doing things at Kinko's, putting those little flyers and being chased by cops in neighborhoods like that. That's what I did. Those are the things that the company told me to do. On top of, thankfully, my sponsor, who I didn't know I found him on Google, he was doing some Google AdWords, and I built into that. And that's kind of what I liked doing. I just didn't do it with the attraction marketing approach. So 3 years, 30 grand in debt. Then I found something, attraction marketing, a little ebook that taught me about that. And very quickly, that first month was my very first month of 5-figure profit. And I got real passionate really quickly about sharing this. And instead of going out there and trying to pitch every single person with a pulse, really being a guy of value and actually learning how to create, content that serves an audience and solutions to problems, and actually, creating, addressing my target audience's challenges. And how would I do that? Well, when I started actually creating content that positioned me like that, like this guy of authority, had nothing to do with money because I was 30 grand in debt, but I actually came to the marketplace instead of just pitch, sell, trying to close them on every benefit and feature, which is what thousands of other reps are trying to do. I was learning a new way of being, a new way of doing, which was attraction marketing, which is what all 40 of these top leaders apply in their business. That allows them to really, I'm going to talk about this kind of the misconceptions of what attraction marketing is, but I want you to know that we, Norbert and I, when we talk about why we did this, man, it was because this approach changed our life. I know Norbert remembers reading that little ebook from Mike Dillard, and our eyes just getting like something, the blindfold was lifted, and it's like the upline or the company or something, they just don't know something, they don't want the best for you. I mean, the company wants you to just promote the one thing, right? We could have made a lot more money launching a network marketing company saying, hey, go copy and paste, okay, and do this and this and that. And to me, man, it was about leadership, finding a vision, finding a message that lights you up, and really getting uncomfortable and going down that path, because that's the path that's what I found, right? So we knew that going into this MLSP thing, where you have to brand yourself and do videos and really get yourself involved and step up as a leader, there was a variable there that wasn't going to be, it's not going to be the same side of those wildfire as a network marketing company, but we didn't care, and it's kind of contradictory to what the company owners want you to do, because they care about one thing. They want to get the DVD, the opportunity, the product out to as many people as possible. Well, if that company goes out of business, well, if that company changes comp plans, well, Norbert's got a couple of stories, and so do I with some of the speakers, which we'll talk about tonight. We want to recession-proof you. We want you to level up your skill sets so that whatever happens, if a company goes out or you have to change directions, that you have become so valuable that you can feed your family, right? And that's part of the reason, who else to put on this summit than the guys, like the first ever attraction marketing system, as we join forces, kind of lock arms with the other 40 top industry professionals who are leading the space in attraction marketing and really lifting the veil of, does online work, does offline work, and we do them both, because we'll talk about some of those answers and what, my and Norbert's beliefs, as well as what the top earners not just are talking about, not just what you hear, but actually what they're doing today to build their audience, engage their audience, and sell to their audience. No, I gotta go grab a charger on this laptop. I'll be right back. So yeah, tell a bit about your story then. Hold on. Set it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me just go back to the basics there. When we talk about attraction marketing, I think some of the misconceptions that we see, and talking about online and offline, right? Where's the balance between online and offline? Does online work? Does offline work? Et cetera, et cetera. I don't think there's any more debate. Offline works, online works. Both strategies work. Everything works if you work it. Now, obviously, you've got to find something that's going to work for you, and that's one of the cool things about online attraction marketing is you can find a method and a process that's going to work for you best. So, for instance, we're definitely big proponents of video marketing. We know how powerful and how important video is. We started using video as soon as we got into online marketing. We started using video in 2007 in our first funnel, so we know how important video is. But do you have to use video in exactly the way that we do? No, you can modify it to the way that you want to use it. You can do screen shares. You can do educational videos. You don't have to try to fit yourself into a box. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. I know for me, network marketing was a challenge because I was trying to duplicate, an A-type driver upline who, they could network with anybody and could get phone numbers from anybody. And for me, that was the most awkward thing ever. And for me to try to duplicate that set me up for failure because I had no confidence, no credibility, and no ability to make that method successful for myself. As soon as I learned marketing and I learned how to develop funnels and I could get on video, my first funnel was successful. And as soon as I started generating leads through that funnel, I was able to get signups and close people 10 times easier than when I was trying to do coffee shop meetings because I believed in what I was doing and it was easier for me. So, is online marketing easier? There's another misconception. Is it easier? No, it's not. Are you going to be able to hide behind your computer and not have to talk with people anymore? You set up a couple of videos and a couple of websites, you plug into the MLSP system, and all of a sudden you're attracting leads by the boatload? No, that's not how it works either. There's a lot of work that's involved in it as well. And you will still have to connect with people. I think that was one of the things you want to look for. When you're listening to all the different speakers, you'll notice that a lot of them have different strategies, but you want to look for the similarities. What are the same things that all of them are saying, right? And across the board, there's certain similarities that keep coming up for me. One of the big ones was you've got to have a vision for yourself, right? You've got to be setting goals. You've got to have a vision for where you're going and a vision powerful enough to get you through all the obstacles and challenges because you're going to face them. Online marketing isn't easy. It's not rocket science. You don't have to have a PhD for it. But it also takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of commitment and it takes a lot of persistence and tenacity. And there's problems and there's challenges and you've got to overcome those things. You have to speak to people. Yeah, especially in the beginning. Before you're generating a boatload of leads, you'll hear some of our speakers, they've got automated systems in place, right? They've got webinar funnels set up and they just drive traffic at the webinar. They do one webinar presentation, get people into their funnels and they're making tens of thousands of dollars. That's awesome. Is that going to be what you set up the first time you get involved in online marketing? No, probably not. It's going to take you probably a couple of years to get to that place where you've got the confidence and the ability to host your own webinars and actually have them convert and close sales and be able to set up ads and funnels and run traffic and convert on webinars. All that stuff's going to take some time. So initially, you're going to be maybe generating a few leads, and what do you got to do? You got to connect with those people. You gotta have conversations with those people. You gotta build relationships with those people. So it still comes down to a lot of the same basic skills, people skills, communication skills. No matter what medium you're using, you've got to learn how to communicate with people, whether it's the written word, copywriting, whether it's, learning how to have one-on-one conversations, or it's speaking and presenting to, a group of people on a webinar. It all comes down to communication and understanding that and developing those skills. So pay attention to that as you go listen to all the different speakers. Pay attention to what are the skills, what are the similar skills that I'm going to need to work on, that I'm going to need to develop. Communication being one of the key ones that comes out for me.
Yeah, and one of the big things that I definitely took is, and we've been preaching this maybe in the beginning, when we just started, we were a little bit younger. I think it was like 25, 26 or something. Our work cry was a little bit, I would say that we've matured maybe in the last decade, but our work cry was kind of like the offline stuff doesn't work, or that, hey, none of these people saw that sales tape. That was a long time ago, Brian. We don't have to talk about that. I want to be clear because a lot has changed, because it's interesting, guys. If you've been paying attention to us, we no longer say that. We absolutely respect those who want to do. In fact, some of our speakers do some hotel parties and home meetings. And the answer, does online or offline work? The answer is both. And I think in Norbert's case, in my case, the situation was we didn't want to do. Norbert says very openly that he was an introvert. I wouldn't throw myself in that introvert category, but I personally didn't want to do. I didn't want to have strangers in my house. I didn't want to do home parties. I had never done one, right? And that we don't need to do the things we think we need to do if we don't want to do them. The online and offline game, both of them work. And one of the things that with Ty Falcone, I think he just nailed it in these sessions. And we'll get to, I definitely need Norbert to cover a little bit of the framework and do some, some actual training around the attraction marketing. But we're just gonna, again, this webinar is a celebration and really just attraction marketing. The summit's done, and there's so much gold there. And there's some misconceptions that I saw. One of them being when Falcone started talking is that they hear this attraction marketing, and they think that we can just post something on Facebook and then boom, we'll attract all these buyers, all these leads, and there's no audience at all to speak of. And that they think that the last year with something called attraction marketing, all you do is throw out an ad or post about their product or service, and they'll have customers all day long. Here's the reality of it. Okay, and Todd hit it right on the head, man. Yes, with what M.O.B.E teaches with attraction marketing, with online, like with blogging and branding and videos, that's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, and that's why we don't promise an overnight pill. It's you're going to have to acquire some skill sets. Now, here's the thing: in the interim, how badly do you want it? And Falcone talked about, look, if you don't want to be actively calling leads, 7-8 hours a day, you don't have to do that eventually, right? But it really comes down to your drive and your desire. If you need to make money right now, he is all, and I'm 100% with him. And I know Norbert too. You do whatever it takes, man. You do whatever. If you have to go out there and aggressively, do more of the outbound versus what we call and say attraction marketing. It sounds sexy. We think people come to us, and that's great. And while you learn those skill sets, if you need to make money now, you do whatever it takes, man. You get lean, you get razor sharp. Like you figure out how to. If you're on your way to work, how can you set up a call so that on your walk from the car to the office, you're talking to a prospect, and you get lean, and you figure out that vision and passion. And in the interim, you have to do whatever it takes. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do it forever. If you don't want to have to, a lot of our guys on the summit, they don't do any of that stuff anymore. They did in the beginning, but now they built a business where they built an audience on Facebook, and they can go live and have 20, 50, 100, hundreds of people watching, and they can crap out a blog post because they built an audience and they can engage that audience, and now they can just point to links here and there. But in the beginning, I want you to know that this myth of just this attraction marketing, one pill M.O.B.E solution approach or whatever doesn't work like that. And we've never promised that. Okay, and at the end of the day, I've never found, and neither has Todd or Norbert, anything other than people that give you money. So if you want to make money quickly in your business, it is people. So you may need to, really do some of the things, direct response marketing, maybe buying some leads just to get over your fear of the phone. We don't recommend that as like a lead source ever long term, but you may have to do some of the things to get uncomfortable so that you can kickstart your business and grow the business that you want while you build, learn how to build the audience, and build the brand, and build the fan page audience, build the email list. If you want to do blogging, Instagram, wherever you're building your audience, like that for me was a big one because I don't know if we preach it enough, Norbert, to like, hey, why do you go off and learn how to build, a YouTube audience, Facebook audience? Like you may need to get dirty. You may need to do, like you and I did, have to do things that you don't want to do, but you have to now to support your business with a vision of where you're headed and learning the skill sets as you do the things. And, it was funny. His whole approach, man, it doesn't matter. Like with what we teach inside of M.O.B.E, it's, as you build rapport, whether you're doing it through Messenger on Facebook or you're doing it with a live lead, but for him, it all comes down to one question. It all comes, once you're building rapport, if you're kind of qualified the person, you feel like, they have some talent or you'd like to work with them with no attachment to any of the outcome whatsoever, you keep your options open to make money, especially if it doesn't take away from what you're currently doing. And that is if you want to write, the guy that has made like 8 figures in network marketing, it's the same. He doesn't go for the sell in step 1. I don't care if you're calling leads or if you're, calling realtors off of a sign, or if you're building an audience on Facebook, you're moving them over to the fan into your Facebook Messenger and you're doing a Zoom or whatever. The first question is not, hey, do you want to look at my product? Hey, do you want to start a business? There's some rapport. It doesn't matter which way you do it. And when you feel like you've gotten kind of some of those test closes, they're open. You see that, we'll talk about some of the other things like Amber Voigt in a second, and some other speakers I definitely really take away from. It all comes down to the same thing. It really is building and engaging the audience. And of course, when the time is right, the simple question, you keep your options for making money. You keep your options open. That's it. And it's just like clockwork, but you have to aggressively go out there and do it. Or if you're building, you've built the brand, you've got the business, you've got people coming to you and you're speaking to them, finding commonalities, finding the pains, where they want to be, where they're at, where they want to be. Next year, it's all the exact same thing. And I just thought, I thought that was, we're going to keep preaching that. Like, hey, this attraction marketing works, man, but it might take a little bit of time to build the audience. And there's ways that you can get quick leads, get quick prospects to talk to see if we can kickstart the business the way Ty shows in that session.
Yeah, absolutely. That's that balance between, when you look at the framework, you look at those 3 activities: build audience, engage audience, sell audience, right? So yeah, what we're saying here is that building an audience is going to take some time. But in the meantime, you should always be actively prospecting. And that's what you'll see is a lot of the leaders and the speakers during the summit are actively prospecting. So even though they build audiences, they're still actively prospecting. Now, some have moved into more automated funnels and processes and stuff like that. Totally cool. That's totally fine. But you need to be doing that active prospecting. So, and we've seen too many people kind of like let their foot off the gas pedal when they're thinking about, building an attraction marketing business. We want to make sure that you don't do that. That's one of the reasons why, we added the 3 growth phases into the framework.
For sure, man. Yeah.
So that first phase, if you're in the first phase of setting up and building your online business, it's social media networking and prospecting, right? So you're actively prospecting. That's the first phase of your business. As you're setting up your brand, as you're setting up your blog, as you're building your audience and growing that audience and you're developing content, that's phase 2. Personal branding, your online presence and content marketing. That's phase 2. Okay. So you're actively networking and prospecting while you're establishing your brand and your content marketing strategy. I think that's really, really important because we know over the last 10 years, we know that setting up your personal brand, building your online presence, creating a content marketing strategy, that is not quick money in your pocket, right? That is a foundation that you are setting up, that you are building for the future. And that's where we come back to, one of the things that you hear every single one of the speakers talk about is having that long-term vision, having that vision for yourself, knowing that what you're building, this can't be a hobby, right? If you get into online marketing, we see so many people, it's really unfortunate and sad. We see so many people that come into the M.O.B.E community for their 14-day trial. with the mindset of, well, I'll try it out for 14 days and see if this works. Okay. And that's just the wrong mindset. It's not going to work in 14 days. It's probably not going to work in the first 30 to 60 days because you don't know what the heck you're doing. You need to learn. You need to invest some time. You need to invest, you need to develop some skills. You need to educate yourself. It's not going to be something that happens over time. But if you're committed to your business, if this isn't a hobby for you, if this is a hobby, you should go back to your job because you're never going to make this work. But if you're committed that this is going to be your business, this is going to be your full-time income, this is what you're going to do for the next 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 years of your life, then it makes sense to establish and build your online presence and build your online brand and establish a content marketing strategy because that is going to pay you down the road. So many of our speakers talk about videos, blog posts, content that they created 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that is still bringing in leads every single day. Imagine that. Right? That's cool. The residual lead flow, right? We get into the network marketing industry for the promise of residual income, right? Income that you generate without actively having to work for it in the present. That's what you're able to create with the strategies that we teach you here. You're able to create residual lead flow. So you've got leads coming to your business without you actively working to generate those leads in the present moment.
It's called leverage, my man. Yes. It's been pretty cool. It's the whole gamut. For everyone who's watching this summit, guys, the 40 speakers, there are people who are pretty heavy on the offline, who do host meetings and parties and grow that way. Okay. Then there are people who don't do any of that. And all they do is drive traffic. They pay for, they're more direct response. They're driving traffic to a funnel that gives away a piece of value that of course builds a relationship, like and trust factor, and they're following up with them. And all they do is drive traffic. Okay. And then there are some in the middle who are online social media, who don't do any offline, who don't do any ads, and who really just stay in that first phase of just social media networking and prospecting. And all of it's good. We put this summit on to show you that, hey, at the end of the day, the fundamentals are the same. It is build, engage, sell all day long, however you want to slice it, whether they're doing it offline. Some are, more aggressively outward calling. Some have built businesses where they don't ever have to call lead and they're getting inbound calls and people reaching out to them all day long. And it's all, you're going to take what you like, leave the rest from. I do hope that everyone here had a chance to listen to these interviews. For example, Amber Voigt, perfect case. I love this gal who has been in the industry for some time and seen us and been a member as well, and learned a lot about attraction marketing apparently inside of from some of the stuff that we've been up to. And what she did, and this is so cool, like she's not out there spamming her company, which by the way, Amber Voigt is a complete rock star. She's like, there's only 3 people in her top position in her company. She's one of them, and she's built a team of over 200,000 people. They did 85 million last year. They're about to double it this year in volume. She has never done an offline party. Her sister probably about that apparently. She's never done anything offline, and she tried to do ads and gave it up. All she does is what I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, she is online connecting. She's very active with Facebook Live. She's doing reviews. She's doing testimonies on Facebook. All she does is build Facebook. It's just 100% Facebook. And one of the ways she got one of her biggest leaders is, get this, it wasn't actively by like, hey, come check out my product here, spam this. You don't even know what company she's in on Facebook. Okay, she's active. Her kids are homeschooled. She's a single mom, and one of the groups, some of the groups that she goes to are groups about homeschool, and they talk about curriculums. And when she was just getting started, she was going to these groups and asking questions, comparing, what happens when this, what do you do this, and what, for example, what happens when your kid doesn't want to sit still for 24 hours, take the day off. She learned all these cool things from these women and men who homeschool their kids, and she would build like honest relationships. They don't know she's an entrepreneur. They don't know that she has any, there's nothing other than just, hey, connecting with a person. Now, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. I'm much more of a drive traffic, get results guy personally. Okay, but this is something, if you don't have a budget, you want to build the way Amber does, this is beautiful. And you can't say it doesn't work. You can't say it's not duplicable. 200,000 people are doing what I'm telling you right now in just her team. Okay, and this is how those conversations go. If you're taking notes, she connects with them, and then after a couple of days, they're building more rapport on Facebook. Maybe she's connected on the phone. You may be thinking, Brian, I don't want to put all that time in. How bad do you want it? She's a multi-7-figure earner, single mom who completely changed her life around and doesn't have a high school degree. Like that, she wanted it, man. And hats off to that interview. That session was so freaking inspiring. I was so lit up after and so happy for her. Anyway, the conversations with this particular leader was like, she, after a couple of days, the other gal said, oh my gosh, I have to miss my kid's soccer practice, and she immediately, that was an opening. And then she started talking a little bit more about some of the pains of like her trying to juggle homeschooling plus, after school activities plus her job and how her family's dealing with that. And she uncovered a lot of pain. She uncovered that she's absolutely has been looking for a way to make some extra money and very much wants to change, the financial future of her family around. And just by asking questions and being interested instead of trying to be interesting and trying to sell in the first conversation, but truly at that point asking, I don't know if this is going to be a fit for you. This is what I personally, it's worked amazing for me. It allows me to never have to miss my kids anything. And it's provided me an amazing life. I don't know if it's for you, but would you be open to checking it out? Interesting. It's very similar to Top.com. Yes, okay, great. You have 20 minutes now. Great. Awesome. Here, watch this. I'll follow up. And she has her own way of doing the follow up and that whole process, but getting up to that question, she's just building and engaging. She's talking to people. Right? She's finding a commonality. She's spending time in groups and literally just fostering relationships, which is what this business is all about. I don't care if you do it through ads. I don't care if you actively call real estate or insurance guys who signs are on long. I don't care if you do it through Facebook groups. You break it down, it's all the same. And that gal has gone on to be one of her number 1 producers. That's one way a guy did a couple 7 figures over in the profession with 0 paid ads and 0 offline. So give me some examples of how some rock stars are doing it, and it's just rinse and repeat. It's rinse and repeat at that point for her. And that's all she does, and she leverages groups. In that session, she talks about some of the chats and groups that she does to really build a rapport, build a bond, and get results. And I don't know if Amber's watching, but just kudos to you, man. It's that's an amazing story, and she did it all online, all through social media.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Just another example of finding what's going to work for you. And I think that's the key for if you're watching this right now. It's going through all the different speakers, listening to the different speakers, and then finding your path. Whose strategy do you really resonate with, and understanding where it fits into the framework. Understand the framework, guys. Understand the framework. Let's just go right back to the framework. The framework is the foundation. It's the context. If you haven't heard me say this before, the reason why people get overwhelmed with information overwhelm. So if you've ever found yourself saying, "Oh my God, there's so much information. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to focus on." Okay. What the problem is here is you have a lot of content. You consumed a lot of content, but you don't have the right context. Okay. So context is this glass right here. Sorry, I just had a protein smoothie here before the webinar. Context is this glass. All right. And when you start out in online marketing, your glass is very small because you don't have any context. You don't understand where everything fits. And so what happens is you start consuming a lot of information. All right. And that's basically the water. Here, I've got a clean glass here. That's like if I take a picture of water, that's my content. And I'm going to start filling it up into this glass. Well, most of you have this tiny little glass, and you're trying to fill all this content in, and it's just overflowing. You have nothing to do with it. You don't know where anything fits in. You don't know how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. You're confused and overwhelmed and frustrated. You don't know where to start. You try a couple of things, but you guys know the story. So what we're trying to do with you guys is give you the foundation. The foundation is your context. Increasing the size of your context, the foundation. Okay. So you understand where the pieces of the puzzle fit in. when you have the larger your context, if you can increase the size of your context, your understanding of the fundamentals, and when you pour in content, it makes sense. It fits within your context. Okay.
What was that? Did you get a cool? What was the metaphor with the sand and the big rocks in there? Right? Wasn't
that was different. That was talking about priorities.
Oh right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a different topic. That was priorities. The context and the content is really important. That's why it's important to understand the fundamentals, right? Because then when you're looking at the different strategies, you're like, okay, where does this fit into the framework, right? Which one of the three activities is it? Is it building my audience? Is it engaging my audience? Is it selling my audience, right? If you're doing activities to only, so for instance, here's a perfect example. We had a client who was blogging. They were blogging. They had like 100 different blog posts, and they had like 8 different funnels. They were really into funnels. So they built 8 different funnels. They had blog posts, okay? And they weren't making any money. They weren't generating enough leads. And so my first question was, what are you doing to build your audience? So they're creating content to engage with their audience. They've got funnels to sell their audience and generate leads, but they're not doing the first and most important activity, which is building your audience. If you're not building your audience, there's nobody to read your blog posts, see your great content, and come to your funnels. So what are you doing to build your audience, right? So there's a perfect example of not having the context, not understanding the framework, right? And so then you get busy doing all these things because you heard that you need to be blogging, or you heard you need to be on Snapchat, and you start getting busy doing all these activities, but you're not focusing on the number one most important activity, building your audience.
Yeah,
okay? That's a perfect example of it. When you're looking at different activities, you look at which of the 6 pillars does this fit into. When you look at your business, you look at, do I have all 6 pillars, right? Which one of my pillars is weak? Which one of my pillars do I need to work on, right? Am I clear on my brand and my target market? Do I have a monetization strategy? I just got off the phone today with a client, and he was really struggling because he's buying solo ads, okay? And he's got this offer that he's trying to promote to his solo ads, to the leads that he's generating, and it's not converting. And so I dug in a little bit more detail, and we realized that he was getting really good leads. His email open rate is great. He doesn't have a lot of unsubscribes, so the email leads are engaged. He's getting them at a really good cost with a high conversion rate. They're just not buying his offer. So I said, look, you've got a great lead generation strategy, but your front end offer isn't converting. What else are you selling them? Oh, not. Well, let's work on your monetization strategy. What you need to work on is your follow-up strategy and your monetization strategy. You need to find a new front-end offer that's going to convert at a higher conversion rate so you can afford to generate these leads to buy these solo ads, which are getting you good leads and good traffic. And you need to improve your follow-up and engagement strategy so you can continue that engagement and then sell them more things, sell them other things that are going to be relevant. And boom, that's going to be the solution for him, right? So again, if you understand the 6 pillars, you can see where's my business lacking? What's not working? Which one of the 6 pillars do I need to develop and work on? Okay. And then you go into the 3 phases, right? The 3 phases, I like to look at them as either the 3 methods or the 3 phases of growth, right? So I like the 3 phases of growth because I kind of look at it as a progression. I think everybody should be doing paid ads, but that's my bias because I like paid ads, right? But do you have to? No, you don't have to. And you definitely do not want to start with paid ads. You want to start with the first phase, move into the second phase, and then finally into the 3rd phase to scale your ads. And as you do that, you're able to develop the skills necessary to make sure that your paid ads are going to be successful and profitable, right? So again, it all comes down to the framework. We've got some great training in the MSP back office on the framework. There's a couple of webinars back there. All the marketing strategies, there's links to elements of that framework training. We really want to make sure you guys understand that. If you don't, connect with other members in the community, schedule a strategy session with one of our coaches. If you haven't taken advantage of the onboarding sessions, we've got all these great tools here to help you guys. So make sure you take advantage of that.
Yeah, one thing that we definitely found in some of the attendees and such is that a lot of them guys are skipping to, like you said earlier, they're just trying to sell, or they're just going to paid ads to funnels that don't work. And like Norb said, the front end offer doesn't work. We need to, like, you wouldn't, until you know who your audience is, right? You wouldn't know that until you do a little work on the type of business you're wanting to build and the type of content they want to consume, then what could be the offer you're creating. Like David Sharp actually did a great job of really creating a beautiful offer and really being unique and learning that, hey, and we teach this all the time. This is nothing new, and you've probably heard this a million times. Like, you don't just sell the product. Like, if you're in health and wellness, you don't just go and drive people. What we don't recommend is that you just drive them to a capture page or try to sell them something just like everyone else in the company. But how could you be a guy or gal with value? Like, how could you create 30-day boot camp? How could you create a weekly accountability group or something like that? And on top of support and access to you, on top of, oh, by the way, you're gonna need to supplement if we're gonna do it, which is of course is your product, which don't need to, if we can help them show them some results in the first month, make sure they actually do what you tell them to do, and they get bonuses, you help clean out their closet and get some of the other ingredients that help support whatever. Fill in the blank, right? How do you create a Facebook group, be unique and become a guy of value, a gal of value, and really learn how to sell, not on price, because there are thousands of other people trying to do that with the exact same product you've got. But how can you become valuable, learn a little bit about marketing, and instead of just going straight to step 3, right, in the growth phases or in the actions here, going to sell, how can you learn a little bit about marketing, learn a little bit about putting together an irresistible offer, learn a little bit about being of value to the marketplace versus just pitch, sell, because that's all M.O.B.E did to break free back in 2008, and it's the exact same core through through all of our leaders. It's actually, it was surreal, man. It was pretty neat. In fact, I definitely want you to talk a little bit about Rachel Jackson's story, because I know that the branding, a lot of people have this misconception, and when we started talking about it in 2008, it was kind of like, these guys are idiots, these MSP guys, right? Like, if they want to sell, if they want to get people involved in their company, they need to talk about the company, and then you start seeing sell the company. That's the whole, that's how you're going to get people. You need to brand the company, get the product out, and you know what company you're in, and this and that. And I think Rachel's story is perfect to illustrate what can happen.
Yeah, and I mean, her story is so similar to so many other stories that we've heard. We've heard these stories over and over again. Yeah, look, network marketing companies don't last very long. There's literally a handful of companies that have been around for 10 years, for a decade, right? That promise of lifetime residual income, I think that was something back from the 80s when Amway was around for like 80 years. Like, those are the guys making lifetime residual income. Most companies, especially nowadays, look, there's hundreds of companies launched every single year, and only less than 5%, I don't know what the stats are, I'm throwing numbers off my head, go do the research if you want to question me, but it's a very, very small percentage of those network marketing companies that survive past 3 to 5 years, okay? If you look at the average networker, is a part of at least 3 to 6 different companies in their career, all right? So we've got to understand that there's a very good chance, a very strong chance, that the company you're building right now is not the company you're going to be with 5 years from now. Just saying, there's a really good chance. It could be your own, for your own personal decisions and choices, or it could be the company's decision and choices. Because in the end, you are just a sales rep for that company, and they can change the comp plan. Happens all the time. They can change the business model entirely. You can break a rule and they can terminate you and take away your commissions and your entire organization. All these things happen and have happened and continue to happen.
So, I just want to make very clear also, guys, that me and Norbert are big proponents of the industry. We're just proponents of doing it the right way, because to basically protect yourself and your family. And that's the part where I think a lot of companies don't like us. Like, we love the profession. It's allowed us to break free. That's how we got our start. We'll be here. I personally love this industry. That's why we wanted to serve it through the summit. But what Norbert is saying is the reality of it. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to the fact that our company is founded. Our purpose is to help the distributors, right? That's why we don't have contracts with network marketing companies. We don't work with network marketing companies. Our focus is not to help network marketing companies make more money. It's to help you, the distributor, the individual distributor, make more money. That's always been our focus since the beginning. Continues to be our focus. You have your best interests at heart, not your company's, right? So that's why we share this. And, just listen to Rachel's stories, listen to the other speakers because they share similar stories. John and Nadia Melton have a similar experience as well, right? So with Rachel, the story that she shares is basically she learned online attraction marketing and she got involved with the company several years back. That just exploded. I think a lot of us remember that company because it was all over Facebook. It was all over social media. All these people making money and getting their new BMWs. And it was just all over social media, the company and the products and the challenges that they were running. And so she rebranded all of her websites, all of her social media were branded to the company. And what happened was a couple of years later, things changed with her and the company, the relationship with her and the company. And I don't know the details. I can't remember if she left or I think she left, whatever it was. There's more information in the interview. She had to leave the company. And so she had spent the last 2.5 years creating content that was all branded to the company. She had to get rid of all of it. She had to take it all down. She can no longer use any of the content, all the videos, the blog posts, everything that she created that was her content. She needs to take it down now. She needs to remove it because it was branded to a company she's no longer a part of. Okay, so that was a big learning experience for her. So now what does she do? She teaches all of her team members, everybody that she does, she teaches them brand yourself and brand your team. They do team branding, but they never mention the name of the company or the products anywhere in their public social media, blog posts, et cetera, right? Yeah. So really important lesson because all of that time, those years in that company, all that content that was created is now useless. Right? And you got to start from scratch and you got to go right back to the beginning and rebrand everything. So, that's one of the reasons why we tell you to make sure that you're always branding yourself. It's you that people want to do business with.
Right. Yep. Just another example of why we teach what we teach, because wow, that was heartbreaking. I mean, can you imagine putting years into a personal, a brand and branding you to this company and you're the guy who's this is who you are and then boom, taken away from you. And then you have to start from scratch and it happens all too often. But if you do what we teach in the sun of what these leaders are talking about, you won't have that problem. And you can, again, make yourself recession proof regardless of what's going on out here. Right? That's the whole brand you concept, build you, and then you can actually build a stable business. And yes, your network marketing company, the product, the business opportunity side can be a component of your monetization strategy. But that's, as you'll see, and we talk about it in the summit, a lot of these leaders have their own products, have affiliate offers, they do coaching, they speak on stages, they've got audios, books, CDs, courses on top. Those are kind of things that are front end value offers to build a relationship to make it, if it wants to really work with the leader, boom, they're going to join the company. Okay? Hopefully you're starting to see some of these pieces put together. And I wanted to just share, at least I've got so many nuggets from someone, and Norbert, you do too. But just one big thing before we get into kind of the summit itself, I definitely want to listen to those details. And we've got a bunch of our speakers standing by that want to come out and just share their experience about attraction marketing. Of course, the summit is what really hit me was Cedric Harris also shared a nugget. And I want everyone to really pay attention to this. And it really goes along the lines of you got a 7-figure opportunity, and everyone does. And a lot of the mistakes that we make as entrepreneurs is not guarding our time or treating it like the 7-figure opportunity that it is. I mean, flat out, period, space, instead of language here, because it really is the way the guy, he'll do the exact same thing that we taught him. As a student here, he's one of our number one affiliates. The guy's a badass closer, but he builds the rapport. He is an amazing connector, prospector, and recruiter. And when he feels that he has gotten to that test close, that they could be a good, good prospect, that they could actually do some damage with him, and he likes their talent, he thinks that they'd be a good fit. He asks them, would you be open, basically, right? Would you keep your options open, making money? Same thing as what Falcone says. And then if they say yes, he'll say in his particular company, it's a 20-minute presentation. And again, he's not going to even as badass and he's as good as they come when it comes to closing. He doesn't go to just step 3. In the activities, right? He doesn't skip to step 3 like most of the broke networkers you see out there. He's actually building rapport. He's engaging. He's got Facebook Lives now, and he's got people inboxing him, and he's got that attraction marketing business. In the back of the day, he'd spend 10, 15 minutes prospecting, collecting information / ammo on the prospects, seeing what's there about, where they want to go, that type of thing. And then when it's time for him to ask that question, you keep your options open, boom, great. When you have 20 minutes, because it was an online DVD, when you have 20 minutes to watch this, okay? And he said, well, next week, okay, cool. Let me know when, call me back when you have 20 minutes. Wait, I'm interested. I want to watch. Well, when you have 20 minutes, and he doesn't budge. Like he wants a time when the prospect has exactly 20 minutes, which is the amount of time of the presentation. When the prospect commits and says, okay, here, I'm ready, boom, he will give them the link, and he will tell them, I will follow up with you in 20 minutes. Okay, and he doesn't give them the opportunity presentation until they say they have the amount of time it takes to watch the whole thing, and then he's calling them the second the presentation is over to see what they like best about the opportunity, to handle some objections, to make sure, what did they, to maybe clear up some things that they thought they were going to see and they didn't, or in most of the cases, because he's done some rapport building, which credit card do you want to use? Which package do you want to sign up in? And that's the exact same. He may have a different approach of doing it and getting people to it, but he's building, he is engaging, and he's treating his business like he's and his time like a CEO's time. And if we just had a little bit of posture as marketers and as entrepreneurs here around our businesses, and we were that's how we ran the business, I think that we would all get much better results. And yeah, man, I was just blown away. And I think that was a big pitfall and mistake that most of us take, is that it's like, okay, cool, when you have time, cool, watch it, cool. If you like it, call me back if you want to get started. And Cedric is the exact, the guy is a boom recruiter on point. He's got his planner, he's ready, and he's closing. And most of the time, one of his biggest secrets is he will physically call them. They're ready. He won't say, okay, cool, I'm at work, but I'm gonna get home. When I get home, great. When you get home at 5 o'clock, I will call you. I will walk you through the sign up process. In his head, it's worth it 10 minutes to walk them through the sign up and then get them into his Facebook group or next step process or PDF, whatever his next step is, to get them in quickly around the others who are moving forward in the business. And I thought, that first really landed, and you could see in the comments under his video that was something that a lot of us just don't do as network marketers.
Yeah, I think that that posture and authority that you're talking about, I think, when it comes to closing the sale, asking for the money, and I know that there's a lot of members and a lot of people that struggle with that final close and the final asking for the money. That's where the posture and the authority comes in. If you're struggling, if you're generating leads, if you're growing your audience, if you're creating content, you got engagement, but you're not seeing the money, you're not seeing the sales, probably it's your posture and authority. That's what you need to work on. It's not being authoritative. It's just about having that posture and maybe what you said there about valuing your time the way a CEO values their time, right? I always like to tell people, give your prospect direction. Don't ask for permission, right? That was one of the breakthroughs that I learned early on from one of my mentors is, you stop asking for permission with your prospect. If you've done the engagement, this is again going back to that 3-step process though. If you've done the engagement process properly, if you've built a relationship and established some trust and likability, and Aaron Birch talks about this in her conversations, et cetera, if you've done all that stuff properly and you've established a need and you have the solution, you're automatically in a place of authority, right? If you've done all that pre-work properly. So you shouldn't feel awkward or bad in any way to be able to say, this is, okay, here's your next step. This is what you need to do. It's 20 minutes. I'm going to call you back in 20 minutes and I'll get your decision, right? Have that authority. You've got to have that posture. It's not about closing, because there's really no closing techniques. It really isn't. It's just about having that posture and that authority, I think. And I think you can really, if you know that that's you, if you're struggling with the conversions, with the sales, watch guys like Todd Falcone and Cedric Harris and start to bring a little bit more of that authority and that posture into your business. Yeah, right. And also, I just want to throw out that, and we'll talk about the psychology of this, I'm sure, with some of the speakers when we come on. Guys, honestly, if you're not making money 90% of the time, you aren't asking for it. Honestly, there's and I know it because that was what I struggled with, the worthiness. Like, I have value. Could I actually, could I actually receive the money? And I'm telling you, most of our coaching clients, when we ask them, if they say they have made money, okay, well, cool. Have you show the presentation anyone? Have you dropped a link to anyone? Are you building any audience? Are you engaging? Are you asking them
are they open? Are you getting them to the presentation? And not just them, are you getting qualified people to the link? And when we dig deeper, it really does come down to a lot of money issues of them not being worthy to receive it. That money is the root of all evil. They think that, what if I fail? What if I don't? If I out earn my parents or whatever, all this crazy stuff around money, and that is the real root of why they're not making any. And we'll talk about psychology, I'm sure, with some of, and a mindset, because that was really the big, every session that I did. I know you, Norbert, as well. These guys had something, and we'll talk about, they had an edge. And I certainly want to talk a little bit about that after this. But first, guys, I want to do this at the top of the hour in 5 minutes past. Do I have your permission, guys? We spend a lot of time on this, and these sessions were crazy. Is it okay if I take 15 minutes? And just, if you're watching the YouTube live stream, or if you're over on Facebook, just say yes or drop me an X. Just let me know that you guys are cool with me taking the next 15 minutes and blitzing through just exactly, you may not even know what the summit is. You maybe have been invited to a live stream or to register for this recap, or you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, or maybe you have an idea or think you know what it is. May I have your permission? And you don't want to go anywhere, because we've got Diane Hoffman, I'm going to bring her out in a second, along with Steve Kribda, Ryan McMorris, Aaron Birch, I think Sherry. There's a handful of people we're going to be hanging out with right after this. And you're not just going to get me and Norbert's perspective on attraction marketing, but you're going to hear their takes and some of the stuff they shared in the summit, and of course, their lives today because of attraction marketing. You guys okay with that? Yes, yes? Okay, I'm just on Facebook. There's a lot of people going. Okay, cool.
Lots of yeses here on the live chat too.
All right, awesome. Okay, cool, guys. This is not going to take long, just 15 minutes max, and then we're going to bring out some friends and continue this celebration, this recap, and just this graduation for literally well over 1,000 people who have already got the VIP All Access Pass. There you go. Desktop. Share screen. Nord, let me know if you can see this whole thing.
I can.
Yep. Cool. All right, guys. Here we go. So something, let me get rid of this real quick. Oh, I can't do. Oh, there we go. Okay. So something just happened that has never been done before. This is extremely urgent, time sensitive, and yes, this could make 2018 your best year ever, guaranteed. Yes, I said that. Yes. 40 of the wealthiest home business owners you see online today join forces to set you and your family financially free. And their only goal was to help you attract customers, recruit reps, and grow your income. In 2018, they launched the first ever Attraction Marketing Virtual Summit. And for 40 hours across 10 days straight, they revealed the truth. They set people free and they gave people hope. And Audra, I literally implemented something I learned about the training, about getting more friends and followers, and immediately started getting results. I'm very happy I got the VIP All Access Pass. Julie from the UK, each and every interview I watched gave me a new perspective, more clarity, and above all inspiration. Keep going, keep serving, and keep grateful. I especially love Matt Morris on leadership, which, by the way, hang on, because I want to talk about that at the end as well. Matt Morris, a guy who is, we'll talk about him in a second. I know my business will never be the same after this summit. Mohammed, proud to have attended all 40 plus sessions and signed up for VIP. It's like graduating with a master's degree in attraction marketing for less than $100 tuition. Tracy Rose from Australia, I've been loving the attraction marketing summit interviews, especially the one with the legendary Mike Dillard, who's, yes, a part of this summit. I've been attracting prospects to myself now ever since I started implementing what I've learned right from the first section. Attracting people right from the first session. This summit was amazing. Celine, awesome. Now it's time to take our business to a whole new level. Angelo, best and most informative all-around training I've ever seen. Amazing value, especially when you upgrade to VIP. Really uplifted this profession, which is awesome to hear. And there are literally countless testimonies just like this. And we just launched this 10 days ago. 10 days ago. But the really uplifted this profession, that was really the goal here. And to get the truth out to you and help you break free this year. And you too can unlock their greatest untold secrets to success. You can finally attract prospects, customers, and ready to buy reps today and finally build your dream business. You all excited? I hope we can get you this information this evening. Introducing the VIP All Access Pass. It's everything you need to begin to attract more prospects, customers, and reps to your business, just like the 6, 7, 8 figure summit speakers. Imagine being able to hire 40 of the wealthiest home business owners as your personal coach for 1 hour each, and you get lifetime access to their personal attraction marketing playbooks that have created their fortunes. And these are the exact playbooks that allow them to attract fresh prospects, customers, and reps all day long to fuel their global empires. Yes, all of these summit speakers. I mean, just look at that top row. And you throw in Ray Higdon, Mesa Miguel, Rachel Jackson, Grossman, Mrs. Hawkman, L7, Leader, Falcone, Albert, Overson, Getz, Walker, Sharp, Nadia, and John, and Torres, and all these guys. If you're brand new, you may not know these guys yet. You will if you've been around any length of time. You know that these guys are the best in the world, period. 40 summit online DVD interviews exposing their greatest secrets to attract customers and reps for any business. We're all powerful, step-by-step, nothing held back, exposing what nobody else in your company would dare tell you. We have united this all-star team to guide you through the jungle, and we have your back. Just one nugget from one of these interview sessions could change your business forever. We've already seen that. Each interview is valued at $97, and literally some of our speakers here charge at least $1,000 to $2,000, I believe a couple, even $5,000 per hour of consulting and coaching. Just a heads up. And when you buy just one of these online DVDs interviews for $97, say Matt Morris, for example, a number one earner in his company, and a guy who earns over $200,000 per month, $200,000 per month in MLM residuals, has a fan page of over 650,000 people. He's doing stuff online. He's also doing stuff offline. He tells you everything he's doing in his summit session. You get the $39 online DVDs free, and they are yours forever. 40 online DVD interviews for the price of one. Let me repeat that. You get lifetime access to all 40 summit online DVD interviews and top earner playbooks for less than $2.43 each. I'm as excited as that baby. That's less than the iTunes movie you rented last week and less than the Starbucks coffee you bought this morning. I mean, come on. But is it okay if we over-deliver for you today? Special right now. A lot of home business owners enjoy MP3 podcasts. Done. All 40 summit online DVD interviews turned into MP3s. I love podcasts and MP3s. You can do them wherever, whenever. Compressed time. No extra time, right? A lot of home business owners enjoy reading. I love reading too. Dive into all 40 online DVD interview transcriptions. They're transcribed, ready to go for you right now into PDFs. If you just took this, truly took this, buy one online DVD, get 39 free, plus the MP3s, plus the PDFs, all engineered, their playbooks to attract more prospects, customers, and reps to your business this year. You can see, I mean, this is real. After I learned and implemented attraction marketing, people started to call me about my business. That's the goal, to get people to start to call you about your business. And it's real, it's possible. When we talk to one of our top affiliates, my life completely changed. From being a single mom working graveyard shift to now living a life of freedom thanks to attraction marketing. Our buddy Ray Higdon, back then I really didn't understand attraction marketing or how to attract people to me. Attraction marketing has helped me develop my own brand, my own products, my own business. I'm very grateful I found attraction marketing. But we didn't stop there. We actually thought, Norbert, me, our team, here at M.O.B.E, what else do you need to be successful? So you have zero excuses to keep you from having success in 2018. You will soon have all 40 top earners attraction marketing secret playbooks to grow any business. Yes, even yours. Now, what else can we put together to help you execute and apply attraction marketing today to guarantee you attract more prospects, customers, and reps to your business fast? Is it okay? Can we over-deliver for you again? Can we stack on some amazing free bonuses when you buy the lifetime VIP All Access Pass? I'm sorry, I'm looking at that bully movie. That thing's awesome. Bonus number 1, VIP All Access Pass. Private Facebook group that is right now going on. Right now, you're about to get a lot of top secret income producing attraction marketing intel fast. Let us hold your hand every step of the way with a group that is going through the exact same stuff you're about to go through starting tonight. Prospect and recruit leaders in your organization in 24 hours. This is a 4-hour teleseminar. It's absolute gold with industry legend Todd Falcone. It's the exact scripts to get successful people on the phone today, and scripts to prospect and recruit leaders for free into your organization. And yes, if you're doing stuff online, these scripts will just level up your entire game online when it comes to prospecting and recruiting. Now, bonus number 3, storytelling to attract customers and profits. Uncover the fine art of making money with stories that attract your perfect customer avatar. Create massive amounts of cash flow for your business when you learn how to tell a beautiful narrative in a set of story sequences with one of the best out there, legendary Diane Hoffman. Bonus number 4, 5 ninja status updates to suck in prospects. The 5 status updates that Lisa Torres personally uses to get prospects to reach out to you every single day. Ethically steal these 5 social media status updates to magically get people asking you about your opportunity on social media for free. You're gonna get them like instant access. You can start using them. Lisa Torres' 5 best status updates tonight. Revolutionary pain-free prospecting formula. This is what John and Nadia, their entire session is about. This is what allowed them to go from 6 to 7 figures, from offline to online, to recruit 1,500 plus people and build a massive organization that does 7 figures per month in sales volume. I think they did $500,000 in like a day, doing exactly what they show you inside this bonus. Bonus number 6 with Aaron Burks. This is how to build immediate rapport and how and when to transition to business to easily close your prospect. The exact scripts to turn prospects into customers and reps via Facebook Messenger. We actually in this bonus, she gives you examples of the actual messenger conversations, what to say and what not to say, and what has worked to recruit people into her opportunity, like real raw stuff that Aaron Burks, the rock star, one of our certified coaches and top affiliates, is doing right now to grow our organization. Can attraction marketing really work for me? Lisa Torres. I mean, $20 my first 18 years in network marketing. When I started learning and applying attraction marketing principles in my business, within my next couple of years, I went off and built my first 6-figure income. Today, they multiply 6-figure income because of attraction marketing. Bonus number 7, the unlimited content creation plan to get the know, love, and trust factor going, which is essential for profits. One of our top affiliates, Jen Johnson, amazing bonus here. It's a 6-step process. Bonus number 8, cold market prospecting and recruiting, which also includes scripts. The highly duplicable strategy to get numbers from virtually anybody, to turn your cold market into your warm market, and turn your warm market into new customers and reps. So even an introvert like Krivda can follow these scripts to sponsor more reps. Steve, this is an amazing bonus, brother. Thank you so much. Bonus number 9, $1 million attraction marketing content strategy with our dear friend on the other end of this line, Norbert Orleweicz. This is what we do. This is what he and I both have followed. This exact content marketing strategy to attract customers and reps. It's yours instantly right when you buy tonight. Bonus number 10, you're going to get my personal branding, brand you and make money now secrets. It's a 2-part training series that will help you brand you in a way that positions you as the leader. Even if you're brand new, get clarity on who you are and for what target audience, and unlock 9 simple ways to make money fast, embracing attraction marketing with me. And bonus 11, Kickstart PDF cheat sheet checklist. I mean, this is everything you need, really. It's a 7-step attraction marketing method PDF. It's a 31 content ideas PDF cheat sheet for attraction marketing, a top earner spreadsheet guide to schedule your weekly content, a 14-point blog promotion, and really that can be any audience, any platform you're building, any promotion checklist, and a 32-page definitive guide to starting a blog that brands you and makes you money with my brother Jim, with Norbert, and me. All of these, a lot of these aren't, you can't even buy these outside of this. It's $3,500 in amazing bonuses, scientifically engineered and guaranteed to help you instantly attract more prospects, customers, and reps to your business, like the top earners. And they're all included for free when you buy your VIP All Access Pass. And what's cool is they're waiting for you. You get instant access. You don't have to wait for anything. Nothing like this has ever been created before, ever. And you can beat your competitors to this knowledge as you take action today, tonight. And who is this for? If you're struggling and you run out of quality people to talk to, this is for you. If you are succeeding and you want to grow your customer base, your team, your residual income, this is for you. You want to leverage the internet, get people reaching out to you, asking about your opportunity, it's for you. You want the exact scripts to say online to get prospects looking at your opportunity and close them, this is for you. If you want to say goodbye to rejection, cold calling, hotel parties, and home meetings, if you don't want to do those, this is definitely for you. If you want to grow your audience, influence, and income, leveraging the power of the internet, like all top earners you see online today, it's not optional anymore, by the way. All 40 of these leaders who may have been construed as an offline leader, they are doing this, period. And we prove it in this summit. This will only work for you if your business requires leads, reps, customers, and cash flow. If that is you, this will work for you. Our dear friend Mark Harbor, because of attraction marketing, I went from struggling in my own business to millions in commissions. I never chase prospects ever. They come to me now, and I would never build any other way again. I love attraction marketing. So what you're going to get when you invest tonight in this VIP All Access Pass, of course, you get the 40 online DVD summit interviews. You get the 40 MP3s, you get the 40 PDFs, you get the VIP All Access private Facebook group, you get the prospect and recruit leaders 4-hour teleseminar, you get the storytelling to attract customers and profits, 5 ninja status updates to suck in prospects, revolutionary pain-free prospecting formula, social media prospecting and recruiting scripts included, the unlimited content creation game plan, cold market prospecting and recruiting scripts included, multi-million-dollar attraction marketing content strategy and attraction marketing, brand you and make money now secrets. You get all the checklists, PDFs, cheat sheets, everything. That bundle to kickstart your 2018. As you can see, this is an easy $8,000 value. And finally, really unlock the education and the attraction marketing approach that all top home business owners leverage to write their own paychecks. It is a system that is proven. And like any good education or system, that shouldn't be cheap. It shouldn't be Harvard, just 1 year. Tuition, room and board, 33 grand. Subway, a system. Right? So whether it's education or a franchise, little investment here. Doesn't get any better with our clown. And he's a clown. Not a huge fan of McDonald's, but little investment is $1 million. You got $500K in the bank, liquid. Okay? And when you buy just one of these online DVDs with some interviews for $97, you not only get lifetime access to 39 online DVDs free, we're going to give you instant lifetime access to all of the bonuses inside what we're going over right now, 100% free. And as you can see, yes, this is a screaming deal. And if all this did was if you started attracting 7+ quality people per day, reaching out asking you about your business on social media, which is possible within the next 48 hours, would it be worth it? If you started to get just 2 to 3 new customers per week for your business with this new attraction marketing approach, 2 to 3 new customers per week, would it be worth it? If you started to recruit just 2 to 3 new reps per week in your business, okay? The same way the highest paid home business owners recruit, would it be worth it? To create the freedom and lifestyle and successful business of your dreams for you and your family, would it be worth it? To see their face when you prove all your naysayers wrong? That was a big one for me. Would it be worth it? Stephen and Alicia Rachel, within 90 days after they learned what you're about to learn in this summit, they were able to fire their boss, walk away. The slow path to success or the fast path to success, it's entirely your decision. You have 2 choices. First option is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk free, nothing changes. Or the second option, $97 for your education, which is insane compared to all the value you get in return, and just give it a shot. We're going to give you one last, knock you off the fence so you can make a decision with confidence tonight. Bonus guarantee here. Get your VIP All Access Pass today. If you can prove to us that you executed just a tenth even of what we taught in the summit and you didn't get more prospects, customers, and reps, we're going to give you your money back. You don't even